What's going on, guys? Back at you again with another episode of She Belongs to the Streets. Let's get right on into it.
So I can hear you. Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hold on, let me turn my TV down so I can hear you. Yeah. Okay.
That would be wise.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have your TV down and you know that you need to hear someone.
What do you got for me?
So, now that you're talking about competence, I feel like I've brought...
We're feeling like already, guys. Already feeling like...
some value to relationships. I just feel like the value that I bring is not necessarily reciprocated in a way.
Okay.
You're
I wonder what she brings that needs to be reciprocated.
speaking earlier about what you have to offer. I feel like, yeah, I can cook. I don't have a cookbook, but I got some...
So she feels like she can cook and no cookbook. That's like saying, I feel like I can be a mechanic, but I have no training and no manual.
good recipes under my belt, and I got a pretty good...
That ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. What did your mama pass down? What did your grandma pass down? What did your great-grandma pass down?
head on my shoulders. I think it's just the choices that I've been making when it comes to men. And
I agree with her on that one.
that's no fault of my own. I can't
Whoa,
blame
she actually took accountability for that. But let's see where this goes.
men for the choices that I've made.
Wait, what?
So, I can't blame men for the choices that I've made.
But will you?
So, just to kind of,
What is that on her lip, too? Kind of looks like a herp.
that's where I'm at right now. I'm single.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Well past the danger zone, almost in no man's land. And you see the title, Homewrecker. We're homewrecking in the no man land. Okay.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I have one son. I have a 10-year-old.
That boy's doomed.
All right. What do you want?
Let's look at his facial reaction after she says that, actually.
I have one son. I have a 10-year-old.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, God.
All right. What do you
And
want?
then he scratches his neck. So he says, what do you want?
I want stability. I want a solid, pretty
Do you
much
want to be married? Do you want to be married?
I do. I was married before.
Oh.
To have another union would be good.
Were you
For
married to
who?
your
It would be good maybe for you. It ain't gonna be good for that man since you're a homewrecker.
son's father?
Yes.
Wait,
How
what?
long?
Would be good.
Were you married to your son's father?
Yes.
It's the only good
How
thing.
long were you guys married?
We were married for almost 5 years.
And why did you guys split?
We split because the relationship was unhealthy. We just weren't getting along.
Translation, guys, when a woman says a relationship is unhealthy, 9 out of 9 times, it's because the guy's not letting her do single things, act like a single woman. So a woman will call a relationship toxic if you don't let her go out to girls' trips, go out with her girls to clubs, hang out with guys, just weird stuff like that. Girls will call that toxic when really you're just protecting what you have, which is the relationship.
I felt like he wanted to be married. I felt like
You feel like you wanted to be married? Oh my gosh. So you're getting married to someone that you don't even know that wants to be married. So that's self-sabotage right there.
it was the right thing to do
You
because
felt like it was the right thing to do. Everything is feel-based, feel-based, feel-based. And that's why she's in this predicament.
he felt, I think we were kind of pressured by both sides of the family.
Stop.
Were you pregnant?
I was pregnant,
So
yes.
that's come on. You weren't pressured by both sides. It's because of the baby. Shotgun wedding, boys.
So it was
Did you guys get any? How long were you together before you got pregnant?
about almost a year. It wasn't that long.
Did you guys get any kind of counseling while you were married?
We did. We got counseling, but I feel like
feels like?
Because a lot of the things I was bringing up to the attention of the therapist, it was almost like sides were being taken. So I just felt like,
Or maybe you were just that bad in the relationship. Like therapists don't take sides; they have no investment on either side. So if you felt like she was coming hard on you more than him, maybe you were just a little bit worse than him.
he was
He
coming
was
from
obviously biased against you.
right. He was biased against me.
He knows it's BS because therapists don't do that unless you knew the therapist. Even so,
You know that's not accurate.
right at all.
Therapists key in on the most problematic of the two.
And that's what I just said. She was most problematic. I bet. I 100% guarantee.
But if I had $1 for every time a woman told me that they went to therapy and felt like the therapist was biased, I have a whole lot of dollars.
Because it's every single time.
Right.
What would the therapist have to gain from being biased?
I mean, he has
Seriously,
really.
that's what I just said. What the therapist has no dog in the fight. They're trying to get to the bottom, the root issue of everything, and that just might be you. So to say that they're being biased when they don't even know you personally, it just makes you sound delusional.
Nothing to gain. I mean, he's getting paid either way.
So then how could he be biased? It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Right. He's getting paid.
But that's what you said. You feel like the therapy was biased, so there was.
Now it's not making sense. You see, now she's looking up in the air. She's got her eyes up in the air while he's asking this question. Why do we say that all the time, guys? Because she's thinking of a lie. Because it doesn't make sense. So right now she's thinking of a lie to say. She's not giving eye contact because it's not something that happened. She's thinking, digging through her catalog of lies.
To end therapy sooner or not listen.
I mean, that's what I was feeling at the time, but now that I've matured and then I look at the
now
perspective
that she's mature.
of it, I mean, like you're saying, it doesn't
The
necessarily.
one thing I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you realize how many times you said, I feel.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like, you're feeling like everything. You can't be feeling like through everything. Like, you can't operate through your feelings. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
I'm going to say something that's going to be tough. You need to prepare for it.
She needs to hear it.
You're a middle-aged woman. I'm tired of hearing middle-aged women talk about how you feel all the time.
It's exhausting.
You need to grow up and think. Now, and the world has allowed women to be in their emotions,
And feel
which
everything.
are mutable and always changing.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to therapist. I feel like he was being biased.
But doesn't mean he was. Just because you feel like something's happening, it usually is not the case. You have to think about what's happening, not feel.
Do you think? Do you think he was just keying in on the most problematic area and doing triage? Saying as though he had no money to gain, no dog in the fight. What do you think?
I think he was taking the facts at hand and he was basing his assessments and the therapy that he was offering on what was on the table, not on the emotional aspect.
Hold on. So based on what she's saying, man, he couldn't be biased. So she says that he's biased, and then she says he was basing his assessment on the information he had. So that means he wasn't being biased. So which one is it? Just back and forth, back and forth.
So, if you'd have thought that way then, what would have likely happened?
I think I would have processed the therapy a little bit differently. Maybe use those tools to repair the marriage.
Maybe use those tools? So that tells you she didn't use the tools. And she wasn't trying to keep her marriage together. So you would just let women talk long enough and they'll let everything out. She doesn't realize what she's just said. But she's basically just admitted to us that she didn't try to make the marriage work. And she didn't use any of the tools from therapy. That's basically what she just said. She just doesn't know it yet. You gotta read between the lines, guys. You gotta listen to everything. You'll get what you need to hear.
To repair the marriage, I feel like there's things that I could have done more.
You feel like, or do you think? Come on now, it's just too much.
Um, to process that information, to apply it to our marriage. But it was like
So
after
again, she's admitting that she didn't put the work in her marriage. She just keeps admitting it in other terms, layman terms.
after therapy was over and we kind of stopped going to the sessions, it was like the marriage just continued to
Who
tank.
stopped going to
So
the
then, we know why. You literally just said it. The marriage didn't just start to tank right after therapy. It started to tank because you didn't do the work, and you just said it. You said you didn't use any of what you got from therapy. You just went, and then you said he was biased, so you rejected the information. So that's what happens.
session?
We both, I mean, we're having like verbal spats in therapy.
Verbal spats. How much you guys want to bet it was her doing it? Because we're not hearing anything about him.
Okay, but
Working, so we just stopped.
It wasn't working. Guys, she just said that she wasn't using what was given. So she's saying it wasn't working. You see where we're going with this, guys? It's her. She's the problem, guys. She's trying to blame the guy. Now she's trying to blame the therapist. Now she's saying that therapy didn't work. Now she's saying that the therapist did use the information and assess what he had. It's all over the place, guys. Can't even get a grasp at all.
But there's usually a precipitation. So my point is this: had you thought instead of felt, and had you valued your marriage and your relationship and wanted to save it versus divorce, we've made it very easy for people to leave now. Okay, fine. But now you're a mother of one, divorced out here. And if you
And she
want,
thinks that she's going to get another union, turning 37, with another man's kid, when she already admitted she didn't do the work to survive her marriage.
to have a relationship with a man, again, you're going to have the same messy, chaotic.
Exactly. It's going to be the same thing because you didn't fix what was broken before with your other marriage. So since you didn't use that, you're going to go into another relationship and do the same thing because you didn't address anything, and then you're going to blame the man and the therapist again. It's a chain reaction. It just never stops.
Well, imperfect.
Right.
This is why I'm a fan of actually working through what you have with somebody you make a baby with, because the reality is, man, most men do not want to take on another man's child.
And that's just what it comes down to. So you either get along with your baby daddy or you die alone. That's your only option. There's no other option.
Did you know that?
She didn't like that answer, guys. Look at her face. She does not like that answer. Look at this again. Just look at it. Look at the face she makes after he says it. She doesn't want to hear this, but this is
do
what
not
it is.
want to take on another man's child.
See? Look at her face. She gets closer after he says that. Daunting. And then that face, she like crimples her mouth. See? Again, she don't want to hear that.
Did you know that?
We know the answer.
I'm starting to get that a lot more. I'm starting to really understand that. You know, the last relationship I was in, he kind of made that very apparent, very clear.
Your last relationship? Wait, so which one are we talking about here? Are we talking about the marriage or are we talking about another one? Now I'm lost.
Where's your
Even
child's
though in
father?
my head,
Where's your child's father?
pardon me?
Where's your
Where
child's
is he?
father? Ex-husband.
Oh, he's very active in my child's life. He lives 10 minutes from me, and I see him
Is
every
he
single
remarried?
day. Pardon me?
Is he remarried?
No.
Oh, so then they're probably still messing around with each other. 10 minutes away? Please, come on now.
When are you going to go apologize to him? I don't know. I got a wild idea. This is going to be kind of crazy. You know the man you decided to lay down and create a life with? That you see every day? Why don't you go back and live with him and work it out? Instead of trying to do this shit over and over again with new guys.
And it's going to keep happening. Like, a new penis isn't going to fix your situation. It's just going to make it more dire, and you're just going to add more stress, more trauma, more hurt. That's all it's going to be.
They're going to marry you. They got nothing invested in your son.
At
How
all.
about that?
He lives with his parents, so I don't want to move to his parents'
He
house.
lives with his parents because you destroyed the marriage. Let's talk about the alimony. Let's talk about what happened in court. Let's talk about why he's living with his moms. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about how after divorces, men are destroyed, literally. Can't even live. Now he's living at home with his mom. You're degrading him because of what you did. And like, this is what we deal with.
But
Okay. Well, ma'am, you picked it.
I did. I'm not
Sure did.
bashing it
So
right now. I'm just
instead of
saying.
you
You
moved
are
it.
bashing him. You are bashing. That's your child's father that you chose, had a baby with, ruined the marriage, probably took all the alimony. Now he has to live at home with his mom, and now you're dissing him because of something you did.
His parents, there's no respect. Was you guys living in the house together when you were married?
We were, yes.
All right. Is he having any kind of mental problems or anything like that right now?
No.
That he could move into your house with your son and put his family back together.
Yep.
I know it's crazy to think that the person you made a baby with would have more of an interest in making sure that your son and his son had the best outcome versus random guys coming through the house just to have interactions with you, knowing they don't want to stay for long.
Yeah, because let's face it, guys, single mothers are usually used for sex. The dating stats, everything shows it. Guys use single mother for sex. They're not marrying single mothers. Guys are having sex with single mothers and leaving. So why would you want to put yourself through that when you can just be with your child's father and have the best outcome for him? Because it's not about you and your happiness now, because you've made a child. So it's now about that child. We don't care about your dating life. We don't care if you're happy or not. We don't care. We only care about that kid. So how about make the best situation for him and stop being so goddamn selfish?
Just a thought. Just a thought. Especially since, or you can honestly say today, you didn't really give therapy an open shot.
At all.
But it sounds to me that he's still reasonable enough with you to where he's co-parenting effectively.
He's living 10 minutes away from the woman who broke up the family and probably took the alimony. Yeah, so I'd say he's a reasonable man.
Yes.
If that were me, I would be states away from this woman. I wouldn't even care. Honestly.
Well, then what do you want? Do you want love, romance?
She wants.
Do you want
Most women,
soulmate?
guys, come on. Most women don't know what the hell they want. Like, you think this woman's gonna know what she wants? Come on.
Is that what you want?
I do.
Like, y'all gotta
Go
understand
watch it.
women's emotions and their feelings literally change every single day. So you might feel one way a certain day, and the next day it's completely different. So you can't go based on what a woman feels and wants, because it's literally day to day, and it's scientifically proven. So like, what are we talking about?
Goddamn Disney movie. You're a mother. You get duty.
And that's what I was
That's
saying
what you
before. It's not about your happiness or what the hell you want to do. That's what you were able to do before the child. Now that you have a child, none of that matters. And that's what we deal with. We deal with selfish ass mothers out here. I should say moms, because they're not really mothers.
You get duty. Duty to your son. Duty to your husband. Duty to your family. The women
Well,
who
she ain't
came
got no husband. She broke her family up.
before you guys understood that they needed to had a duty to everyone else, not just their fifis.
Right.
So thank you for at least being honest. For
Yeah, but
me.
the honesty showed how shitty of a mother and person you are, kind of. But she's honest, though.
Western romance and ideas like that are notions for girls, not women. Because you're still young enough to where, and fortunate enough to where, regardless, he's not gone anywhere, you haven't gone anywhere.
Well, she's not young enough, because she's almost 37. She's good looking enough, is what he meant to say. Because she's not young enough at all.
I'm always a big proponent of going back, especially what we're about to start seeing now. I don't know what state do you live in?
I'm in California. I'm in
I'm gonna
Los
say you
Angeles.
gotta be in California. You gotta be in California. And what we're about to start seeing, anyway.
Tent
Just
cities.
think about it.
He
Think
don't
about it,
want to go there, but that's where we're going to see a lot of homeless women in the next 20, 30 years.
Because your son is how old? 6?
He's 10.
10.
And that's the, like, those years are precious for him where he needs a father. Like, after 10, 11 years old, you need a mother Boy or girl, you need a mother from 0 to 11 years old. From 11 to 18, you need a father. Like that's where the father is imperative. From 0 to 11, that's where the mother nurtures the kid and gets him ready. From 11 to 18, that's where the father keeps either the son or daughter out of prison and off the stripper pole. That's what we are here for.
So he'll be out of the house in 8 years and you'll be 44.
Yep. 8 years and you'll be 44. Look at her face. Yeah, time's gonna fly like that. You think you're gonna have a man by then and you haven't done any work? You think at 44, oh, back to the dating scene, haven't done any work. Men come for me. You think it's gonna work out for you? After they hear your story? Okay.
Okay. 1 in 4 black women were married. You had yours already. If you
But
don't
she thinks she's gonna get another.
remarry, what does the rest of life look like?
It's.
A lot of traveling.
She said traveling. Oh my god. She said she really thinks that without a husband that she's gonna be just traveling in her 60s and 70s with no husband. She really truly believes that. Like, look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. How she thinks. Look at her eyes. Traveling. Like really? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god.
A lot of traveling.
Which takes a lot of money. So I don't know. That's just a fairy tale. Everything's been a fairy tale, guys. Seriously though.
A lot of traveling. What do you do for it?
She's more worried about traveling than getting her son's life in order and her family back together. That's what we're dealing with.
I'm an accountant at a law firm.
Okay, so you make good money, decent money.
Not enough to raise a child and travel your whole life. Accountants make like 70,000.
How much are you gonna need to retire on?
2.4 mil, roughly. It's gonna be more than that though.
To withhold my expenses,
She don't
probably.
know that. She doesn't know. She's about to say something really, really far fetched.
At least $6,000 a month.
6.
No.
Nope. Nope. And you ain't gonna be making that after 65. She ain't equating for that.
To stay afloat, at least.
Yeah, we're not talking to stay afloat. We're talking about surviving and thriving and not having to worry. There's a certain amount that you need.
72 a year.
See, I said around 70,000. He's saying 72. So I know what I'm talking about. Accountants don't make more than 80,000. That's like stretching it. Like that's if you know someone, you're at a prestigious accountant location. Yeah, okay. But the average accountant is making like 70. Like that's not retiring you by any means.
All right, 72 a year.
And then when you age out, then what? Because you're not gonna have the 2.4 you need, the 2.4 million. So then what?
15 years, you're talking about 1.5, 1.6.
Let me guess, it's her son's duty.
Yeah.
Are you on track to make that? To stack that?
Hell
Liquid?
no. No. It's simple math. 70,000 times that. Let's actually, I can't do it. My calculator's on the phone. So 70 times 30 is not 2.4 million, guys. It's nowhere near that.
1.6 liquid?
I got a ways to go.
So the answer is.
I got a ways to go.
Are you on track?
The answer is.
I was
So you gotta look at her eyes, says it all.
go.
Are you on track?
Look. She knows. See, she flicks her eyes, looks away. That means no, guys. Covert thinking, covert communication. That's all that is.
I was
No. You
no.
can't be. No. You're not on track to stack 1.6 liquid.
And most people aren't. Like to like sit there and act like as an accountant you're gonna be sitting on that. It's just disingenuous.
No.
You don't earn that kind of money. You invest. That's really what it is.
At some point, it does become a math equation.
Well, I mean,
So either you decrease your standard of living and live the rest of your life and die alone, or you choose to work with the man you chose to reproduce with, and you guys build some semblance of a life together, partner practically, like every other human being did in a quick time. I mean, there's
But she doesn't feel like doing it, guys.
love stories of, well, when we're in an agrarian economy, people weren't in love.
Nope.
They had responsibilities.
And let's be honest, love is not enough, ever. Love is never enough to make a relationship float and thrive. Like, it's never enough. Loving is not even a starting point. Like, what is that saying? What's love got to do with it? It ain't got to do with nothing. If anything, it holds you back. Love is not what drives relationships at all. If anything, love actually ends relationships. If you actually think about it, it does not thrive relationships at all.
Why they have so many kids? Because they had
Respect
to have
those.
people working.
Right.
These are first world issues, man. And my thing is, a lot of women are told, if you're not happy, you better be by yourself. I'm against that. I don't care about your happiness.
Because it's not about your happiness. And you chasing your happiness is going to find you single and homeless. That's all that does.
I care about duty and respect. Did he respect? Did he?
And if you can run on duty and respect, you can run a relationship for years and years and decades on duty and respect. You can't run it on love, though. I promise you that. Love runs out.
Respect you?
There was parts where he did not, but for the most
There
part,
was
yes.
parts that he did not, guys. Come on, guys. So she's probably talking about times where they were arguing, arguments that she probably started, and he's just reacting to what she's doing. Because it sounds like he's a pretty damn good guy. Like, we haven't heard too much of anything specific that he did, so we know it really wasn't much of anything. He probably just put up with this crazy broad. Because we can see she's off her rocker. She's crazy. So, like, come on now. She couldn't name one specific thing that he did. So that's how we know, like, he's a good guy. And that probably was the problem. He was a good guy.
Yes, he respected me. Yes.
I don't know why. You're not a respectable woman. So we can already see he's a good guy. And good guys get screwed over by women like this.
He married you after he found out you guys were pregnant?
Three
She said,
months.
uh-oh. Wait, what?
After he found out you guys were pregnant?
3 months.
Yeah.
3 months after my son got here, we decided to get married.
3
Yes.
months
Right.
after your son got here? So does that mean 3 months after you were pregnant or 3 months after he was born? That's not really clear to me. Either way, though, that's a shotgun wedding. He only married you because of the pregnancy. Either way.
So he married you. Okay, well,
See, he was gonna say what I said, but he didn't say it. I wish he did.
I think duty and respect matter more than love. Love comes later.
She's got a herpy on her lip, though. Like, you can really see it. Like, it's literally right there. It's pretty bad.
Unfortunately, he's still open and available to talk to you. I mean,
I don't know
I think
why.
you may look
Because
at
he's
this
a
really
good guy,
differently.
and that's why you should never be a good guy. Because good guys get peed on and get disrespected, left, family just broken, home wrecked.
If a year from now you looked up and he actually has a new wife,
I hope so.
I think so.
well then, call him, apologize, and say, we need to talk.
She is not gonna do that, guys. Come on now. She is too prideful. She just wants to travel and be happy. Like, that's all she wants to do. She doesn't have a care in the world.
Novel concept. Novel concept. Hey, big head,
Oh God.
we need to talk. You know that therapy stuff that we had when we was married? Kind of wasn't in the right headspace. And I look back and I probably could have done some things better. I could have did this. I could have did that.
Yeah, but the thing is, she can say all that stuff, but what is going to be done? Is she actually going to change? Or is it just going to be her saying this stuff and then we're back in the same situation?
Just be amazing. He may say,
she
you
still
know
hasn't
what?
done the
I
work.
gotta do some things better too. You know, I've been thinking maybe we should try this again.
I would steer clear of her far, far away.
Think your son would like it. You ain't doing nothing else. Let's be real, you ain't doing nothing else.
I can't believe that guy put a baby in her, man. Now you're attached to this crazy woman for at least 18 years.
No, I'm not.
And ain't nothing else coming. And so people can get mad at me all day long, I'm not romantic, but I have. Anyway, just think about it. Think about it. Have a glass of wine. You're an accountant. Get your abacus out and start calculating. You know how this works, Chica. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
watching, guys.